It's still January, so Happy New Year. I'm winding down my trip to India with my son and flying back on Feb 2nd, so I couldn't be there in person, so I'm doing the next best thing, a video for all of you. As we step into 2025, we're standing at the crossroads of one of the most transformative periods in our history, a moment when technology and leadership are converging like never before. AI is not just a tool, it's a force multiplier that can amplify our decision making, streamline operations, and unlock unprecedented opportunities for growth. Today, my vision is simple but ambitious. By the end of 2025, I want every one of us to embrace the mindset, skills, and tools necessary to become a truly AI driven leadership team. This isn't about replacing human intuition or experience. In fact, it's about elevating them. As I have said, using AI to automate the ordinary so you have the time to focus on the extraordinary. AI isn't the future anymore, it's here. And the companies that embrace it wholeheartedly, yet responsibly, will lead the way. That's the opportunity before us to reimagine how we innovate, collaborate, and serve. In my presentation, we'll explore your AI driven foundation, where to get started, and how to add value to your journey, but also the agents and employees we serve. This video, all the links I speak about, is coming in a scheduled email this afternoon to you, so no need to take any notes. So for the next few minutes, not just be present physically, but please put away your phones and give me your undivided attention. Deal? Let's begin. Using AI doesn't require technical expertise or advanced skills. If you can text or type, you already have what it takes to start leveraging AI. It's as simple as asking questions, providing prompts, and interacting with it the same way you would in a conversation. The power of AI lies in its accessibility, making it a tool anyone can use to enhance productivity, creativity, and decision making. AI is a series of light bulb moments or aha moments, each one unlocking new potential to explore. Think of every interaction with AI as an opportunity for you to discover something new, whether it's solving a problem faster, simplifying a complex task, or even sparking a fresh idea you hadn't considered. The more you explore, the more light bulbs will go off, illuminating the path to what's possible. The only difference between you and me is I've had more light bulb moments in many cases, and hence I know what's possible with AI. Ready to create a habit for light bulb moments? Let's go. The way you change your output with AI is you change your habits. Now, some of you have already done this, you've seen this in the hub, but we need all of you that are watching this to embrace a 30-day challenge asking the question, can AI help me with this? And just take this image that you're seeing on screen as an example. When I decided to put this out to the world and to our agents and you, I said, an image says 1,000 words. You know that. So how do I create an image? I asked AI, can AI help me with this? And sure enough, I was learning Midjourney, which is an image tool. And that image you see on the screen is generated by Midjourney, and I didn't take the time of somebody to create an image. That's the power of AI. Now, clearly, you don't need a Post-it note that big, but let's build that habit. And that's where you start with good habits lead to great output. There's a lot of truth to not asking a woman her age, man his salary, and AI companies where they got their training data. This image you're seeing on screen is the ex-chief technology officer of OpenAI, the parent company of ChatGPT, Mira Murati. In a Wall Street Journal article in March, she was asked, how do you guys train the data for their upcoming video model, which has since been released, called Sora? And the interviewer asked, do you use Facebook? Do you use YouTube videos? And she completely dodged the question, which became a big PR issue, highlighting the fact that you can't trust AI models with data unless you feel like it's public data. So be very careful what you upload. This is where responsible AI comes in. Make sure you adhere to the company policies. Don't upload anything personal, confidential, personal identifiable information into AI models because they could be used for training. How do you learn prompting fundamentals? I've talked about this on my podcast, The Playbook, for over a year now. My question to you is, can you embrace this 4P foundation? Starts with prime, more on that in a second. Prompt, which is where you instruct the AI, and then you polish because nothing that comes out of AI you should use immediately. You should put your human voice, filter it for accuracy, all of those things, and then publish it. My question to you as you're watching this is, can you use it enough to own it enough so you can teach it to people around you? The 4P Foundation is a classic one for you to own, be comfortable, and teach it to people around you. And now let's look at Prime. Prime, in my opinion, is the most important 4Ps, because if that provides the context to AI, it's almost like hiring an employee and giving them a project on day one without providing the context. So Prime provides the context, and a good way to remember it. What's a real estate presentation without an acronym? So 4P is one, RISE is the other: role, input, steps, and expectation. And role is very simply, you are a experienced copywriter. You are an experienced social media specialist. That's a role. You're giving it a role. Most people today are operating at AI mediocrity. I want you to operate at AI genius, and that is giving it full context so that the output is exactly what you want. And when people don't know you're using AI, that's when you are skilled with AI. Let's now look at some examples of what you can start to use in what we call as custom GPTs. Now, custom GPTs are very simply Chat GPT for a specific purpose. Again, you as a sales leader and are empowering agents in your office, you got to get comfortable with some of this stuff. And I'm going to show you 2 custom GPTs that you can get comfortable with and not just use it, but teach it to your agents as well. All of you sitting in the room today have a smartphone. Most of you iPhone, and the 3 people that have an Android phone. Either way, we have a Play Store for Android people and an iOS App Store for iPhone. And we've gotten used to this notion of, hey, there's an app for that. Well, enter the world of AI. Now there's a GPT for that, or there's an AI for that. So custom GPTs are very specific design using ChatGPT for a specific purpose. So if you have a free ChatGPT account, which all of you should, you can go to Explore GPT menu on the left, and then on the search box, type in my name, and you'll see all of the GPTs I've published to the GPT store. Obviously, the list keeps changing, but I want to point out 2 things that I think you should embrace and you can teach your agents to embrace as well. One, a one-click listing presentation plan. This is designed for people going into a listing appointment. Give it some basic information, and it will spit out a 30-day marketing plan, a social media caption, all the things you need to basically tell the seller, hey, here's how I responsibly use AI to amplify my listing. That's a game changer, folks. Second is, now that you get the listing, you got to write a listing description. So I have a listing description custom GPT that's designed to deliver what you give it, basic information about the listing. Now that you know more about it, give that, and it'll put out a conversational tone, luxury tone, and engaging tone, and you can interact with it. And for any GPT, here's a little pro tip. You can ask it, first question you ask, what does the GPT do? So you can understand that, because there's 3 million plus in the GPT store. Go play with the 2, teach your agents, and learn more about custom GPTs. Let me share a quick example of how I use AI for my AI podcast, no pun intended. And I would not be able to deliver the podcast without the help of AI. So I record a 15 to 20 minute podcast episode. By the way, that's Jimmy Mackin, a keynote speaker at an upcoming Elevate event. He was a podcast episode guest on Jan 15th. So I get the whole video, 15, 20 minutes. I upload it to a tool like Opus Pro, and it gives me viral clips, vertical clips, and it ranks it by score, as you can see on screen. And that gives me the ability to take these short viral clips, vertical videos, which are really all the craze right now with all the platforms, and I can download it, and they're done in 5 to 10 minutes. If I did not have AI, how long would that have taken me? 2025 will also be the year of audio computing. So services like Siri, Alexa are actually usable beyond the weather and sports scores. Most of us can speak a lot faster than we can type. For example, what if I can tell AI to send an email, or if you want to be really careful, create an email and leave it in my drafts to John, my client, to get pre-approved with MMG. In case you don't know who that is, that's Mark, the mortgage guy, for their home. And if it does with the intelligence of AI, your tone, your voice, with all the links needed from you to John, all with an audio instruction, that is a light bulb moment, folks. We'll see more of those moments in 2025 this year. So Watch this quick video to see what's coming.
Imagine that you're sitting in a noisy restaurant and you're having trouble hearing your friends across the table. Hey, can you enhance the sounds that are right in front of me?
Con Camilo y Eli.
And can you turn that baby down?
El río, nos metimos al río que estaba helado. Y de ahí también fuimos a caminar en esta.
That's better. And I'm still having a little trouble hearing Pedro. Can you isolate Pedro for me?
Y después manejamos al lago.
That's perfect. And my Spanish is a little rusty. Can I hear Pedro but in English?
And at the end of the trip, we came back to the city to visit the historic center.
Michelle, close all programs. What you just heard was a beamforming app, a computational auditory scene analysis app, a machine learning denoising app, an AI transcription and translation and text-to-speech with style transfer app. So these are not just fancy-looking earbuds. They're an entire computer. And we think they're going to replace some of what we do with the visual computers that we're used to.
Let's take a quick look ahead as to what's coming in 2025 and beyond. So when ChatGPT first launched November 30th, 2022, last 2 years, we've sort of been in chatbot mode for text, image, audio, video, and code, which is phase one of ChatGPT. September 12th, if you paid attention, if you have a paid ChatGPT account, you can look in the dropdown. You have something called O1. That's when we moved into what we call as reasoning. Up until then, it was a prediction engine. So it hallucinates, it tries to predict what you're doing. But reasoning says, let me take a quick look, and it thinks about it before it responds. So therefore, if you upload a crossword puzzle, which I've been talking about, it can solve it in 89 seconds flat when I tested it. Why? Because it can reason. That's the power of AI agents. So reasoning is the gateway to have AI agents. And now let's take a look at an AI agent example that you can actually test if you have an iPhone, because it's only an iOS app. AI favors the curious. So when I was first introduced to Simple AI, I said, let me just play around with it, because I'm a geek at heart. So what I did, I downloaded it. It's only available for iPhones today. Simple AI. The link will be in the email you're going to get if you want to try it. So I said, let me put it to the test. So I asked it to call. Imagine this now. Most of you do this personally. Call things to find out return policies at stores, find a product at a certain store, all of those mundane things you hate to do. So I put it to the test. I said, call 3 local spas within 5-mile radius, book a pedicure for a certain day, certain time slot, and it made the call on my behalf. And it basically said, I'm so-and-so calling on behalf of Rajiv Sajja. And it called the 3 spas. It booked me a pedicure. And because I connected my Google Calendar, personal Google Calendar, it booked the appointment with all the details on my calendar. And I didn't have to pick up the phone. That is the power of AI calling services. Again, my goal of introducing you to this is to get comfortable, because they're coming in 2025. I would encourage you to tap into the AI resources that I create and I keep updated. One, it's a weekly podcast. You're all aware of it, hopefully. And the question is, how many podcast episodes have you listened to? And I keep the podcast rooted in making AI approachable and actionable for real estate professionals. So we just passed our 1-year mark, and it has become very popular in the real estate industry. So catch the episode every Wednesday morning, 15 to 20 minutes. You can binge listen to a few episodes. Second, we have an AI playbook that's on version 7, updated early January. I keep it updated. You can bookmark it. And the third is we have a weekly newsletter that's coming up every week. Every Tuesday, it drops in your mail inbox. And the idea of all of this is to provide you the knowledge so you can actually go apply it and internalize it. I hope you can take advantage of it and promote it to agents and employees around you. What's a presentation without a story? So let me end with one. So interestingly, you're sitting in the same room where I first heard the story from a keynote speaker by the name of Ryan Estes. In 2010, he came to one of our leadership meetings and shared the story of Lily, who you see a picture with him. And that's a picture from 2024. More on that in a second. So in 2010, he goes through the Minneapolis airport on Christmas Eve. Imagine how busy Christmas Eve can be at a Minneapolis airport or any major airport. He goes to Starbucks, orders his usual drink. Lily is the barista at Starbucks. and she gives him the drink, but she's very engaged with Ryan, asking him where he's going, how long he's going for. Ryan, surprised, asked Lily, hey, Lily, you're just pouring coffee. How come you're so interested in your customers? Lily said to Ryan, Ryan, that's where you're mistaken. I'm not pouring coffee. I'm pouring happiness into people's lives. And so the next time you go through Minneapolis Airport, I don't want you to just fly through Terminal D. I want you to come to my Starbucks and say hello to me. Well, 14 years later, folks, he took that picture and he was kind enough to share that picture with me to show that he still has a relationship with Lily. And that's the power of not how you do it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. So that pouring happiness memories stuck with me. And when my youngest daughter, Nikki, a few years ago came to me and said, Dad, I got a job at a Starbucks. And I was obviously thrilled for her, but you guessed it, I shared the Lily effect with my daughter, Nikki, and hoping she would embrace the concept of pouring happiness to people. And the picture you see, by the way, public service announcement, if you have a kid working at Starbucks, you get a free cup of coffee. So I rolled in without announcing that I was coming and just had my video camera rolling. And I took that candid shot of my daughter giving a cup of coffee, not knowing I was coming through. And that's the effect of pouring happiness into people's lives. Why do I share that story? It's very simple. The reason you embrace any transformative technology, just like AI, is so you can automate the ordinary, so you can personalize the extraordinary. So if you can automate the ordinary with AI, you can take that time that frees you up to invest in our agents, our employees, strategic thinking to move our company forward. Let me wrap up with this. To truly lead as an AI-driven leadership team and company in 2025, it's helpful to think about the journey of AI adoption in 3 stages. AI enthusiasts embrace AI for personal productivity, using it to streamline tasks, experiment with tools, and understand how it can fit into their daily work. They ask the question, can AI help me with this? The second stage is AI influencers. At this stage, we move beyond personal use to inspire and guide others. We embed AI into our team's workflows, driving collaboration and innovation. AI influencers ask this question: how can AI help us work smarter as a team? And the final one is AI catalysts. This is where transformation happens. Catalysts champion AI adoption at a company-wide level, embedding it into the culture, strategy, and decision-making. They focus on solving big picture challenges and creating sustainable change. Catalysts ask this question: how can AI redefine what's possible for our company? Many of you might see yourself as AI enthusiasts today. That's where everyone's journey begins. The real question is, where will you stand as a leader by the end of 2025? As we embark on this journey together, remember that the real impact of AI comes not from one person, but from a collective commitment to lead with innovation and purpose. If we cultivate many AI influencers and empower a few catalysts among us, we won't just adapt to the future, we will define it. Together, we will set the stage for a standard for what AI-powered leadership looks like in the real estate industry and beyond. It's all in front of us. See you all soon.